I'm like kind of nervous about this redfish because this needlefish is like in the line. Bro, look at that. What is going on, guys? Sanibel Man here, and it's a fun day today. I'm gonna be joined by a special guest, my boy Ron. His YouTube and social media title is Go the Bad Word Outside. Super cool dude. Really excited for fishing today. Originally the plans were to check out the Sanibel Causeway and fish along those islands up there. The wind kind of altered that and changed that. It's getting a little windy from the northeast, and so changed plans. We're going to go to Ding Darling. They're about to open up in a little bit, so that'll give us a little more protection, a little more coverage. Super pumped for this opportunity. You know, I've got from lure wise, I've got my artificial paddle tail, my hard plastic Yozuri crystal minnow. I've got some frozen shrimp too with a weighted circle hook, so got a lot of different options there today. We'll see what the wind does. It's supposed to storm potentially later in the afternoon, not sure, so that's another good reason why Ding's gonna be a little bit better. But we've got a rising tide for a few more hours, and then it's gonna drop down from there. But super thankful for this day and this opportunity. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and clicking on this video. And yeah, let's see what the Lord's got in store for us, guys. Finally got a bite on. And it's a jack. There we go. This little stretch here's had the most bites so far. I've had a bunch of nibbles right on this mangrove line. So that's good to see. Corner of the mouth there. Just chirping at us right now. Let this guy go. This is what I'm talking about. This wind is crazy. After I cross that channel, I've just been getting a ton of little snook bites. Nothing super intense, but had several snook just kind of nibble and then dart away. So let's see if I can capitalize on that and get one of these guys to stay on. Without getting all this grass. What's up, dude? Dude, we were literally just talking about. We're just talking about you, bro. That's crazy. He knows I'm terrified right now. My heart rate is like at 100. This is crazy. What's up, man? That's crazy, bro. Old in Florida, man. That's what's up, man?
He's like, hey bro, you saved my cousin.
You saved my cousin Darling, bro. Bro, that's so funny. What are the odds? That's so funny. Don't flip me, whatever you do, okay? Oh my gosh, he's kissing my kayak, bro. What's up, man? What's up, dude? That's so funny, bro. What's up, man? This guy keeps on. Oh, what's up, man? That is so funny. Yeah, I always joke that the manatees think I'm one of them because I got the blue kayak, and I'm kind of fat, you know. So I'm like, all right, we're one of us. One of us. What's up, dude? The temptation to pet one right now is so high, but I'm not doing it. What you doing? Favorite fish. Look at that. This could be dinner. There we go. It's not like the rainbows you'd be catching in Australia, or Alaska, basically Australia, right?
Dude, I'd love to.
I would love Australia, bro. Holy cow. There you go, little guy. Another trout. Oh, Snook. There you go. Nothing too crazy. He's a little fighter.
He's like, yeah, man, I saw you guys out there all day long.
He's like, yeah, bro, you've been in the wrong spot all day. There you go. That's crazy. So it's funny, we're in this little bay here right by the launch spot, and we've had more fish activity here than the entire day, and we were about to call it a day. It's been really fun. He's a super cool dude, and we've just been chatting and talking about life and fishing, and super fun day, even though we're not catching a whole lot. But we go back in here, I caught that snook, and then we see this like solid redfish swim up on me, and I'm like, well, I guess we probably start fishing. And now we're both standing up in our kayaks and sight fishing. He had one red. He said that it literally thumped it and it just didn't bite enough, so like when he went to set it, it just pulled it out of its mouth. So it's like, oh man, it's killer. But I've had a couple that I've spooked over here so far too. So fishing's funny, bro. You just never know. You never know with the weather and the wind and all that. It's always a gamble. So just gotta keep going. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yes, yes. Oh, let's freaking go, dude. Praise God.
You got pliers?
I do got pliers, bro. You know how happy I am right now, bro? I'm so pumped for you, bro. I heard a splash. Dude, look at that guy, man. Let's go. I got pliers for you, bro. Bro, I heard the splash, and I was like, all right, it's either a big fish or this dude just fell in the water. Okay. Oh, nice. Bro, let's freaking go, dude. Yeah, man. Dude, let's go, man. That's awesome, bro. Let's freaking go.
Dude, they're all sitting in the shadow line.
That's so funny, bro. I don't know if you heard me. I spooked another redfish and went right up this way. I was
when you said that, I was like looking at one right now.
Oh,
I was like, say anything,
I don't spook it. Don't spook it. I was like, oh man, let's freaking go, dude.
Okay, so they're right over here.
Uh-huh.
I cast it up, and I popped it a couple times, and he was just like, I'm going towards it. I'm going towards it.
Yeah.
I felt it dump, so I set the hook. I pulled it right out of his mouth, and he just swam off.
Oh man, there's a bunch of little reds that are swimming along this little shoreline here. That's fire, bro. There you go.
Go around all day to find them.
it took back to where we started, right? That's so funny, bro. Dude, I'm so thankful, bro. That's a great way to. I'm gonna keep fishing along these guys here. It gets super like narrow up and through there, but yeah, this. It does actually, yeah. You want to do it? Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. That's the bay actually that I was telling you about with the giant tarpon that was sitting there. Okay. So yeah, let's do it, man. That's hype. Ooh, nice. Nice little jump there. All right, we are heading back to the kayak launch spot. This is one of the culverts, one of my favorite culverts to fish. That water is ripping right now. Gonna go back to that bay spot by the kayak launch and see if there's anybody home. Oh, still on? No? Yo. Bro, what the heck? I don't know if you'll believe this unless you see this. I've got a redfish on and a freaking, I don't know, it's not a barracuda, it's like a needlefish on my line. Like in between the redfish. I'm like kind of nervous about this redfish because this needlefish is like in the line. Bro, look at that.
Dude, at first I thought you pulled up like that fish, and I'm like, why are you fighting that for so long?
like trying to not get stung or like stabbed by this guy. This is stupid. Come on, bro. There we go. Bro, what a weird.
And that red was right where we spoke to him.
Right where, dude. I was just blind casting and just felt it go crazy. And I thought I had him off for a second because he was under me. He started dragging me. And I reeled in, and this freaking guy right here, bro. Look at that, dude. Look at that, dude. That's a twofer, bro.
You doubled up.
Double. Bro, those guys' teeth are crazy.
He's still lively.
Yeah, he's good. Bro, look at that. So as I retie from that double up incident there, that needlefish and that redfish, it's so funny. That needlefish was safely released, even though it was all tangled up in the line. Thankfully I was able to get all the line out and get it out safely. But it's funny, we've been talking about how like we've gone all throughout Ding Darling today and like no bites or like minimal bites, and then we go out to this little bay here right by the kayak launch, and this is where all the fish are, and this is where the good fish are. It's just so funny. We're trying to figure out like why is it here, you know? It's the heat of the day, it's you know, lower tide. Why here? Why is this the spot? But yeah, just so funny, bro. And this is where it's funny because we were pretty much dead in the water. We were just kind of just broing out and just talking, and I had just caught that little snook, and we're like, you know what, it's probably time to pack it in. You know, it's a dead day, just call it, you know, call it as it is. And then we see this nice sized red swim right in between us both. We both like looked at each other like, yeah, we gotta fish this. Like, we gotta try it, you know. Our inner fisherman just kicked in, and then that's when we stuck around. That's when he got the big snook and hooked the red, and we saw some other reds swimming by, and so then we tried going further down, and it's like, okay, now a lot going on. Let's just go back to the bay, and if there's nothing here, then we'll call it. But so funny, bro. All right, guys. So I'm back in the truck again. What a fun day. It was definitely not a typical day out there. Lots of just interesting, very interesting day. It was really funny. So look up Ron on Go the Bad Word Outside fishing. That dude's videos are insane, and he's such a cool dude. He's awesome to like talk fishing to, and just life too. And yeah, what a blast, what a fun time, what a fun day. Literally, we were just talking shop and talking life, and we were just sitting out in the hard-working bayou here at Ding, and it's so funny, bro. God's so funny. I was telling him the story about when my father and I had the opportunity to revive a manatee that had red tide toxicity, and I was telling that story, and so one of my jokes I like to do when tourists come down here for spring break, when I'm in Dock Fords, I like to say, oh man, like the special, they changed the special, was deep fried manatee or manatee tenderloin or something. And so I just like sharing them with that, and as soon as that happened, who shows up? And I just said like, man, I'm not seeing any manatee or dolphin. Manatee comes and surrounds my kayak, dolphin off in the distance, like, and then I was like, man, I just told him, I was like, we're not, you know, normally I see some redfish back here. You know, I've caught a redfish. I told him about pre-GoPro days. I was back here with my folks. I think it was like New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and I'd caught a snook and a trout, and I'd never caught an inshore slam before. And I remember thinking like, being like, man, I would love to catch a redfish right now, but there's no way, because I never catch fish back here. And God gave me a redfish like instantly, and just like, it wasn't big, but still, I was pumped. And as soon as I told him that story, what do we see? We see these redfish swimming all around here. I'm like, there have been no fish, other than like a couple little snook here and there. There have been no fish the entire time out in the rest of the bayou and the rest of the you know, mangroves. And then we see the big red, he gets the big snook. And as we're kind of getting towards the end of that little bay and trying to go on the other side there, I told him, man, I gotta tell you the story about this gigantic tarpon that I saw back there. It was huge, like 5 feet, 6 feet, just sitting in the water, and I spooked it off. I didn't even get a chance to hook it. And it's just crazy how tarpon can just sit back here even though there's nothing else. But as we go through there, as we're going back, I look down, like put something in my bag, and I look down, he's looking up, he goes, tarpon, tarpon, and this big old tarpon just rolled right in front of me, and I had a couple casts at it, didn't bite or nothing. But again, it's just like, it was funny. God was just kind of like playing, just like I'd say something and then something would come up. So he's like, bro, you're summoning these fish. And so I was like, oh, it'd be ashamed if we caught another, you know, monster tarpon or whatever. But it was funny. So super cool, super fun. Blessed to have had an inshore slam today. His snook that was such a good fight. That was so safe. I was so happy when I looked over. I heard a splash and I looked over and I saw his rod bent over. I was like, it's perfect, bro. That's all I want. I just wanted him to get on something nice. So especially having gone from the causeway this morning and then having doubts about this area, and you know, we almost went into Bowman's Beach where he had been yesterday, just to get away from the wind. But man, it's just a blessing. It turned out the way it was supposed to. Had a great time, made a great friend fishing. He's awesome. Make sure to check out his page and give him a subscribe, and like I said, shout him out too. He's knows a lot about fishing, just a good dude. So but man, glory to God, what a fun time out there. That red at the end, and the needlefish attached to it, crazy. So sometimes that's how fishing goes. You just gotta stay persistent, and some days it works out, some days it doesn't. But that fishing at the end made it so worth it. So man, what a blessing. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, myself, but also my boy Ron. And yeah, praise God for the day. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace, guys.